The Real Mccoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real Mccoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he may take Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia, they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
Well, I sure hope business stands better than it was yesterday. I wonder how much money Peppino took in.
There should ought to be plenty, Luke. I give him a good talking to on how to sell. I told him he's got to be on his toes.
I guess he forgot what part you told him to be on.
Come on, wake up there, boy.
Get your fresh corn, get your tomatoes, get... Senor Grandpa, I thought you were a customer.
Customer? I bet there's a lot of customers come by here that's too goddamn polite to wake you up.
Oh, no, Senor Grandpa. When a car comes by, I wake up quick. But cars, they do not come too much.
What, do you mean tell us that no cars come by here at all?
Well, there were 4 cars this morning. To one, I sold a dozen ears of corn and a basket of tomatoes.
What about the other 3? They just drive on by?
Oh, no, they wave. I wave back. Maybe we should be trying selling something else, like hot dogs and orange juice.
Hot dogs and orange juice?
No, the last time we tried that, we ended up eating all that stuff ourselves.
Another 90 cents. That's $10.30 for the week.
Just ain't enough cars come by here, that's all.
Here comes one now. Well, howdy. What can I do for you?
Well, are you the owner here?
Yeah, that's me. Amos McCoy's the name.
Well, my name's Bentley, Herbert Bentley.
Yeah, more power to you. Would it be corn, tomatoes?
Oh, I didn't come here to buy anything.
You didn't?
No, actually, Mr. McCoy, the reason I stopped is, are you open to a business proposition?
Oh, yeah, wide open. What'd you have in mind?
Well, have you ever thought of leasing this stand here?
Leasing it?
Yeah.
You mean you'd use a stand here and you'd be paying me money for it?
That's right.
Well, to tell you the truth, I ain't thought much on it. But it's something to think about. Ain't it, Luke? Ain't it, Luke?
Oh, well, I guess there ain't no harm in giving it a little thought, Grandpa.
You see, I'm sort of semi-retired, and I've saved up a little money, and I'd like to find something to go into that wouldn't be too strenuous.
It wouldn't be too strenuous. Nobody ever comes by.
Now, don't be misleading the man, Peppino. Place being strenuous you want to make it. But there ain't nothing more relaxing than making a good profit now, is there? And that's just what we've been making here.
Well, naturally, I want to make a profit. But the important thing is, well, as my doctor says, I should be occupied, but I should be out in the fresh air.
Oh, well, you can't find no fresher air than what we got around here.
That's for sure, mister. No smelly exhaust fumes from a lot of cars that...
There you go, misleading the man again. Hey, look, I don't want to hear no more out of you now. This man's going to hear the truth. It's the only way to do business is honest. Mister, this little old stand here is just a regular gold mine.
What would you say the flow of traffic is? I mean, how many cars go by here every day?
You hear what he wants to know? How many cars come by here every day? How many?
Well, that's a kind of a tough one to answer.
Yeah, it's the truth. I started counting myself once. I had a stiff neck for a week. One thing you don't have to worry about is cars. Ain't that right, Luke?
Cars, yeah. Well, it seems like the cars just come driving by here special looking for corn and tomatoes.
Oh, well, I was thinking of selling hot dogs and orange juice.
Did you hear that? Hot dogs and orange juice.
That's what I said. We should sell those things.
Oh, no, boy. That wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be honest. It's your ID, Mr. Bentley, and we're going to steal it from you. Yeah. Now, you just set yourself down right there.
Well, thank you.
Tomato?
No, thank you.
Now, saying we was interested in renting you this place, how much you figure on paying?
Well, how about $50 a month?
$50 a month?
I might be able to go as high as 75.
75? Well, that's
just what I figured, Luke. It ain't enough. Mister, we couldn't leave you have the place for nothing under $100 a month.
$100?
$100?
I think that's enough, Luke. $100.
Well, that's a lot of money.
Well, that's why I brought it up. I mean, the stand is worth it.
All right. $100 a month. And to show you my good faith, here's the first month's rent in advance.
Well, you didn't have to do that.
Now, if you'll just draw up a lease, I'll be back in about an hour, and we can close the deal.
Well, fine, I'll do that.
Oh, you better make it a 6 months lease to begin with.
Well, that sounds like good round figures, $600.
Well, I'll see you soon.
Fine, now, hurry back. We'll have the lease all read up for you when you get here.
Adios, senor.
Why?
No, not yet, Luke. Now. Yahoo! Hot diggity, we done it.
You mean somebody's paying us all that money just to rent the stand?
Well, he didn't start out to pay it, but when we finished with him, he did.
Yeah, you were sure selling him, Grandpa.
Well, did you bother to tell them that hardly any cars come by here and that we're lucky if we make $40 a month off that stand?
Well, now, why would he tell him a fool thing like that?
Well, it seems to me that you're always the one who's saying being honest is a virtue.
Well, so is being clean, but you don't spend your whole goddamn life in a bathtub, do you?
Sugar Babe, when you're doing business, there's certain things that you tell and certain things that you sort of keep to yourself.
It seems to me you just told the man a pack of lies to make him think he was getting something for his money, which he ain't.
What are you talking about, a pack of lies? That's just good salesmanship, good horse trading.
Well, you'd think it was a pack of lies, Grandpa, if somebody done it to you.
Well, ain't nobody doing it to me. And Kate, I just don't understand you for a minute. Don't you want that new sewing machine? It's this pretty stuff right here that'll get it for you.
Of course I want that new sewing machine, Grandpa. And I think having money is awful nice. But if the only way we can get it is to lie and cheat and swindle somebody, then I don't want it.
Yo creo que la señora Kate tiene razón.
Now, if you got something to say, you say it in English.
I said señora Kate is right.
Kate is right. Kate is right.
Kate is right, Grandpa.
Well, that's what I said. I said it twice.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Now, look, we got work to do. We got a lease to make up. Kate, get a pen and paper and start writing.
How much rent are we going to be asking him now?
Well, we'll leave that blank. We want to give the man a fair price. Wait, something else we ought to put in for his protection.
Huh?
We ought to say something like if a lot less cars come by than what's been coming by, and the man can't make himself a living, he can get out of the lease.
Get out of the lease? Good heavens, Kate, why don't we just give him the stand for free?
Yeah, or maybe you want us to be paying him for renting it.
Appears to me that a couple of people that have been trying to swindle somebody should make up for it all the way and see that the man gets a very fair deal.
Oh, all right. If that's what you want, put it in. Look, compared to that wife of yours, Honest Abe Lincoln was an out-and-out thief.
Hi, Mr. Bentley.
Come in, Mr. Bentley. Come right in. We're all ready to settle the deal.
Fine.
Yeah. What you doing here? I thought you went shopping.
Well, I thought I'd just stay around till the lease was signed.
Mr. Bentley, this is my wife, Kate.
How do you do, Mr. Bentley?
Well, it's a pleasure, Mrs. McCoy.
Well, here's his deal. Sit yourself down, read it.
Thank you. Well, the rent is left blank. I thought the price was set.
Oh, that's something we wanted to talk to you about.
Well, I don't think that's quite fair. I mean, we agreed on a price. Now, I might be able to go a little higher.
You might?
Grandpa?
He was one that said it.
What we want to talk about, Mr. Bentley, about the rent, we figured you ought to be paying less money.
But once you agreed, did you say less money?
That's what I said. But it wasn't easy.
Now, Mr. Bentley, we are rightly friendly and neighborly people. We want to see you get a good deal for yourself, so you can have the stand for $90 a month.
Grandpa.
80? Well, make it 70 then. Can't be no more friendlier than that.
must say, I've never run into people like you before. You just write 70 in there, and I'll sign it.
Just a minute, Mr. Bentley. Now, are you two going to tell him the truth, or shall I?
Well, the fact is, Mr. Bentley, we got carried away when we was selling you on the place, and I guess we went a little overboard.
That's true, Mr. Bentley. So you can have the stand for $60 a month.
50. And for the amount of business he'll be doing, that's a fair price, and you know it.
You'll get no argument from me on that price. Just write in $50, and I'll consider it a very good deal.
Yeah.
Here you are.
All right. I want you to know how much I appreciate your fairness. Now, sir, if you'll just sign there.
Okay.
Oh, and Mr. Bentley, something else we put in the lease for your protection. If the amount of traffic drops off and you can't make yourself a living, you can get out of the lease.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Now, I'll just take my copy along, and I want to tell you again what a pleasure it is to deal with honest people.
The pleasure is all ours, Mr. Bentley.
Well, thank you, Miss McCoy. Goodbye.
Bye.
God done it, Kate.
You didn't have to go all the way down to 50, did you?
Well, it's still a good profit for us with no work involved. It'll give Mr. Bentley a chance to make a little money. It was the only honest thing to do.
Well, I'm all for being honest, but God done it, you didn't have to be such a show-off about it. You know, look, there's times when, Kate, $50 a month. $50.
Grandpa, I know it ain't as much money as you figured on, but we still got enough to run some more irrigation. Do you see what I see? What are them cars doing on our road?
Well, it's a public road, Luke. Cars has got a right to our road.
That's what I said.
Well, let's stop standing around. Let's go do some finding out.
All right, Step, how are you, boys? Now, you put on your own budget, because I'm a little busy today. How many, sir? 2. All right.
What's this, a parade or something? What's going on here?
Pardon?
A convention? A large picnic? What's all these cars doing here?
Oh, they're just doing some construction on the main highway, and all the traffic is being detoured along this road. Now, don't gobble that up, dear. Eat like a little lady. Now, come on.
Detour, Luke? Why, all these cars are coming down that road.
How come we didn't know about this?
Yeah, how come? Government's all sending out letters about a lot of nothings, and something important like this happens, you don't even get a postcard.
Grandpa, I'm betting a certain party got wind of this.
Don't say that again. Boy, we've been hoodwinked.
Hey.
Bentley! You knowed about this here detour when you come up to rent this stand. How come you didn't say nothing about it?
Well, that wouldn't have been very good business, would it?
Yeah, for how long are them cars going to be detoured?
Oh, I think about 6 months.
6 months? That's exactly the time the lease is for.
Quite a coincidence, isn't it?
Coincidence? You swindle us, that's what you done.
Swindle? Oh, now that's a hard word.
Sure, it's a hard word. This ain't no time for soft words after what you pulled on us. Give us that cock and bull story. Semi-retired, telling us your doctor said you needed fresh air.
Yeah, and you better get in touch with that there doctor you on, and right quick, too, because you're going to be needing them.
You listen to me, McCoy. You better just realize that I outsmarted you. And as for me leaving, I happen to have a 6 months lease on this place, and there's nothing you can do about it. So if you want some hot dogs or some orange juice, all right. Otherwise, just move on. Just move on.
Let's go, Grandpa.
Hot dogs, orange juice, folks.
Grandpa, Lou, what are all the cars doing on our road?
What are all the cars doing on our road? You tell her, Luke. I don't think I can get the words past the lump in my throat.
We're doing some construction work down on the main highway, so for about 6 months, all the cars are being detoured down our road.
Yeah, all them cars right past our stand, which ain't our stand no more.
And that Bentley fella knew about it all the time.
Yeah, he swindled us, that's what he done, and you helped him swindle us even more.
But he looks so honest.
Of course he looked honest. The first way you gotta look to be a crook is honest.
I still say...
Well, don't say it. We'll do the saying and the doing. From now on, you just worry about the sowing. We'll tend to the reaping. We ain't going to take this laying down now.
We sure ain't.
Senor Grandpa, look, I got news. They're working on the highway, and all the cars are going to be coming by here now.
Well, you don't say.
It's true. It's true.
Have you got any other hot flashes like Dewey took Manila?
What in the world are you doing? Milking a cow? You're not going to milk any cow around here. What are you trying to do, ruin my business?
No, it's just tending to ours. Hey, senor, this is a park. We're only doing our farm chores.
Will you get these things out of here?
Come on, Fred.
Oh, you think you're smart, huh? Well, let me tell you something. I got a lease to run this stand, and I'm not going to have you interfere.
Well, I was just doing my farm chores, that's all.
Now, look, McCoy, I'm a businessman. I know my legal rights. And if you don't get these animals out of here, I'm going to have the law on you.
The law? You going to put the law on me?
You heard me. And if you don't keep these animals out of here, I'm going to call the sheriff.
Well, all right, boys. I guess we got to keep the animals out of here.
Grandpa, you mean we are going to keep the animals away from here?
That's what I said.
You mean we're not going to make any more trouble for him?
Now, that's something I didn't say.
Oh, I can't wait to see the look on his face when he drives up this morning.
Ha! Me too. We worked half the night, but it was worth it.
He's just sure to call in the law.
Well, there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Oh, I ain't so sure, Grandpa. Maybe we ought to see a lawyer.
We ain't seeing no lawyer.
Well, it wouldn't hurt none to get some legal advice.
We don't need it, and we don't want no more advice from you neither. You just about advised us into the poorhouse.
Senor Grandpa.
There he comes.
What are you trying to do? What's that?
What's what? Oh, that! Well, you said keep the animals out. There ain't no better way of keeping them out than fencing them out now, is there?
All right. All right. You asked for it, and you are going to get it.
Well, what do you ask for, Senor Grandpa?
I don't remember I asked him for anything. I'll tell you one thing. There ain't nobody going to be asking for hot dogs and orange juice.
And I hope you realize that's the law.
I realize.
Now, look, Tom. I'm telling you, this is my property, and I can build a fence any place I want it.
Well, I'm telling you, Amos, Mr. Bentley here has a lease to rent that stand, and that lease protects him. Now, you can't do anything to interfere with his doing business.
Well, yeah, but he tricked us.
Si, senor.
I can only go by what the law says. Tear down that fence.
You know, I ain't going to do it. My property.
Amos, I got to tell you, you don't tear down that fence, I'll be coming back here with a warrant for your arrest.
This is a poor way to be getting votes. Swindler.
What in the world is she doing?
She's going over with the enemy, that's what she's doing. She's collaborating. I hope she drips mustard all over her dress.
Coming right up, Miss McCoy.
Hey, what in time
I'm
you
so
do?
glad to see you took that fence down. I was just in town to see a lawyer, and he said you was wrong to put it up in the first place.
You went to see a lawyer after I told you not to?
Well, I hope you didn't pay nothing for that great information, because we just got it free from the sheriff.
Oh, Mr. Bentley, I sure hope you didn't mind me going to see a lawyer to have him look over the lease and see what your legal rights were.
Not at all. That's your privilege.
You see, Mr. Bentley didn't mind me going to see a lawyer.
Well, I did, and from now on you tend to your woman's chores, like cooking in the kitchen, and don't go meddling in business no more.
Oh, I think you should always have Mrs. McCoy around when you do business. She's so fair and honest.
Well, that's right. Nice of you to say that, Mr. Bentley.
Well, hold on. You're not buying from him.
I'm sure he has very good hot dogs and orange juice.
Well, you out of your mind?
No, I just think it'd be nice if we gave him a little business before he went out of business.
Out of business? What are you talking about?
Well, I'm sure glad you didn't mind me going to see a lawyer, Mr. Bentley, because when he was looking over the lease, he found something else. You know that thing I put in to protect you about the number of cars that drive by?
Yeah?
Well, he said that protects us, too.
What is this, some kind of trick?
No. Read it.
If there's a big change in the number of cars coming down the road, that this lease can be broken.
Mm-hmm. He said that could mean more cars or less cars, and either side could break the lease.
Why, you swindled me on a technicality.
I didn't know anything about a technicality. I was just trying to be fair and honest. So, Mr. Bentley, we're breaking the lease. Oh, I'm sorry. There I go, meddling again. I best get back to the kitchen and tend to my cooking.
Honey, child, don't you never get so busy with your cooking that you ain't got time for meddling?
Yeah, don't never get so busy with your cooking and your meddling that you ain't got time for this.